Today we're going to talk about writing a conclusion for your argumentative paper. When you write a conclusion, it will be the last paragraph of your paper. So if this is a 5-paragraph essay, your conclusion will come at the very end. Remember that strong conclusions should reinforce that your claim has been proven, give the essay a sense of completeness and closure, leave an impression on the reader. So let's look at the different parts of a conclusion. First of all, you're going to need a transition word or phrase. In this example, the transition phrase in conclusion starts the paragraph. Then you need to restate your thesis. You already have your thesis written and you used it in your introduction. And now you're going to say it again in your conclusion. And you're going to say it in the same order, but you're going to change the wording just a little bit so that it's not the exact same sentence. Then you're going to summarize your main points. In the middle of that paragraph, you're going to write 2 to 3 sentences to summarize your entire paper. Remember not to add any new information here. And finally, you're going to leave your reader thinking with some kind of comment or strategy that we're about to learn about. So that's what we're going to learn next, are different strategies to leave your reader thinking. We're going to talk about several, so let's go over the ones that we will discuss. First, ask your reader a question. You can tell readers a shocking fact and tell the consequences if your claim is not followed through. Offer more solutions to the problem or an alternative plan or system. Give your reader something important to think about related to your topic. End with a powerful quote from an expert that you haven't used yet. What would the future be like if you follow your claim? Describe what we would see. And what do you recommend your readers do about this issue? So let's look at each of these separately so that you can get an idea of how to use these strategies. The examples will all have to do with the topic of school uniforms, and your topic will be different. So you're going to just look at the examples and see how this is done, and then you're going to take a sheet and go through each strategy and practice writing a conclusion for your paper. And then when you're finished, you're going to pick the best option to use in your conclusion. So let's look at the first strategy. Ask your readers a question. Here's an example. Is looking like a fashion model more important than keeping safe? Are your friends because of what you wear? Will wearing the latest and greatest help you to achieve? Wearing trendy clothes to school won't make you a better student or a better friend, and they won't help you be safe, but wearing a school uniform just might. Okay, another strategy is to tell readers a shocking fact and tell the consequences. Each day, millions of kids are bullied because of how they look. They go through life with their heads down, praying that no one notices that they aren't wearing what everyone else is wearing. They sit in class, silent and distracted, wondering who will tease them next. School uniforms will decrease bullying in schools. Okay, another strategy is to offer more solutions to the problem or an alternative plan or system. A practical alternative to school uniforms is instilling dress codes. While it is reasonable to want students to meet some minimum standards of dress, having a compulsory uniform is not necessary to achieve this. By having an enforceable dress code, it's possible to have the best of both worlds. You can also give your readers something important to think about related to your topic. School uniforms can improve student safety. According to the article Uniforms in U.S. Schools, instances of crime have decreased by more than 46% in schools where students wear uniforms. Uniforms prevent students from hiding weapons under their clothing because they are designed to fit correctly. When the threat of weapons is eliminated, assaults in school decrease. Uniforms also help keep outsiders out. Uniforms are an important resource in improving student safety in school. Okay, let's look at another example. This is ending with a powerful quote from an expert. School uniforms improve student performance by helping students focus on learning rather than fashion. According to Principal James Covey, a veteran of Chicago Public Schools, when students all wear the same outfit, they become less concerned about how they fit in. They can concentrate on their schoolwork instead of how their outfit compares to what their friends are wearing. Another strategy is to describe what the future would be like. So we're going to start with the words imagine a world or imagine a school without or with. You need to start with something to start creating a picture in your reader's mind. So this example says, imagine a school where there's no pressure to conform to fashion magazine standards, where students can focus on their learning and are safe. As more and more schools begin to require students to wear uniforms, we will no longer need to imagine. Instead, these schools will exist in reality. All right, and look at this last one. What do you recommend your readers do about this issue? Research has found that in schools across the world where uniform policies are enforced, students are more disciplined and listen significantly better. There are lower noise levels and lower teaching waiting times with classes starting on time. You need to contact our superintendent of schools and tell him that we need uniforms now. Okay, so we looked at all of these strategies. Now, the final thing after you write your conclusion is you need to ask yourself these questions. Does your conclusion reflect why the reader should care about your topic? What is the significance of your claim? Why is this issue important to you? And what information should the reader take away from this? You're going to have the chance to work on these conclusions, practice each strategy. There should be a sheet for you to complete this. And on the front, you're going to practice the strategies. And on the back, you're going to plug in the first part, your thesis, the middle part, your summary, and the last part, the strategy that you chose.